Hello and welcome to episode 21 of SAAB Fever. My name's Frank, and in today's episode we'll be replacing the battery in a 9.5 or an OG 9.3 key. Replacing the key is a fairly straightforward task. There does seem to be a little bit of a trick to it, and it does catch people out on occasion. I have seen a few examples of keys that have been opened incorrectly, and later on in the video I'll show you a particularly bad one as well. Luckily for us, SAAB's engineers did build a message into the SID to warn us of a low battery situation, hopefully long before it actually becomes a problem. Okay, we're back at the workbench now. I really need to keep a tidier desk, don't I? Let's move everything out of the way. As I alluded to before, it's really quite straightforward, really. The key itself, all the electronics are in here, along with the battery and everything, and hopefully it'll show up on the camera. There's a small hole there. Now, I find many different ways you can do this, really. I find to steal one of these little drawing pins, I suppose they're called. I don't really know what they're called. I just steal it from the family notice board, and really simply insert and then twist up. So insert and twist up. There we go. It's quite straightforward, really. I do have an example of what happens when someone doesn't know how to open it. This is the spare key from the 9.5 Project car. You see its blade's different, it's a slightly older design, and as you can see here, someone has absolutely butchered this thing. I mean, it still works. I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's that obvious on camera there, but they also somehow managed to bend the actual key part itself. But yeah, that's what happens when you don't know how to do this. As with many jobs, they're incredibly simple as long as you know how to do them. If you don't, you end up with something like that. So yeah, let's not do that here. All we really need is pull that back. Out pops the cell. Come on, come on. There we go. You see I'm pulling the whole thing out there. So that's the old one. Pop the new one in. What voltage are these? These are like 3 volt. Yeah, 3 volt lithium. And simply put it back in. Positive side up, which is the large flat end. That's negative. Yeah, that's positive. In and click. Probably want to just make sure that that plastic clip there is holding it. Backing goes on. Click. We're done. One thing I do want to check. Where's my voltmeter? There. I'm kind of curious exactly what rate or voltage that actually gives up. That's 20 volt range. Negative, positive. Huh. That's interesting. So I'm showing 2.99. Can you see that? No, not quite. The glare. There. 2.99. And that doesn't seem dreadful, does it? What's the new one? Probably should have tested this beforehand. I was curious as to exactly what voltage the car starts complaining. This is where I get them mixed up and end up putting the old one back in, isn't it? 3.25, 3.26. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what you'd expect. Obviously, we're checking the open circuit voltage here. It will always be higher. And when you buy, say, like in this instance, a 3 volt battery, The 3 volts refers to the nominal voltage of it across its sort of life. There. In the same way, the 12-volt battery in your car isn't actually 12 volts. It's about 12.7 when fully charged, and I think they're actually counted as being empty when they get down to, is it high 11s? No, it must be a bit lower. It must be about 11.5 mark. It's when the battery's actually considered empty. So same situation here, but I mean, even so, that's not dreadful. I mean, it was working absolutely fine. It's just that every time you got in and started the car, it complained at you. So anyway, that's that done. Fairly sure that's the new battery I put back in. Yeah, I think that's the new battery. Let's get back to the car and test it. Okay, let's head back to the car and give this new battery a try. Yeah, it still doesn't work. Let's just turn the key off and back on again. Checking. Nope, still complaining. Okay, one option. I'm not 100% sure when the car actually checks the battery. So I have a theory. I'm going to lock the car, unlock it, and check again. My theory at the moment is that the battery status, if you will, is actually transmitted from the key to the car when the remote fob is used. And there we go, success. As always, thanks for watching.